Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Anna, and my channel name is Owning My Dreams. Thank you so much for coming by. My husband and I are on the boat just for a few hours today. You know, having a little, almost like a little small date with each other. It's kind of nice. No kids, so it's kind of relaxing. But today I wanted to come on here and talk about some of the lessons learned. It's never too early to recognize, make lists, and know how to prepare for the next event in our lives or in your own life. So I'm going to go over my list that I've made of things that I've learned during this bug. Okay. So the first thing that I've learned that I had looked at my pantry, and as a beginner prepper, I always look at my pantry and I always check to see what I'm missing, what I can add. And I saw some of the things that I was missing or some of the things that I was lacking in. And I made lists of those. But in general, some of the things that happen throughout the entire US are some of these that I'm going to mention. Number one, face masks. Those were a hot commodity, hard to find, and you can't find them right now. So once and if all this blows over, things get back to some type of normalcy, you might want to invest on some masks and have them on hand because the bug is supposed to come back during the wintertime. It's just like a 1-2 punch that we are expecting to get, and a lot of people don't even recognize that or even realize it. Number two, gloves. Again, another very hard thing to find right now. So once we get back to some form of normalcy, definitely get your hands on some gloves for you and yourself and your family. Lysol antibacterial cleaners. Hot commodity. Any type of antibacterial cleaner right now is off the shelf. You can't find anything, including bleach. Anything that can disinfect. You definitely want to have at least 6 months worth in your stockpile, in your home, in your pantry for an event like this or any other event in your life with job loss, job injury, or what have you, so you'll be set. Next one is hand sanitizer. Even Bath and Body Works didn't have any. Not even CVS online, Walmart online, Amazon, nobody. And then Amazon, they were actually trying to sell hand sanitizer bottles for $100 and up. It's crazy. You cannot find your own hand sanitizer. So what's the next thing that you could do? Make your own. But you can't make your own because you can't find a rubbing alcohol. That's number 5. The 90% rubbing alcohol that you need to make your own hand sanitizer. You can't find that anywhere. Number 6, the aloe vera that you need to make your own hand sanitizer. You can't find that anywhere either. Number 7, water. I can still find some water in my area. You might be a little hard pressed to try to find it in other areas and in other states, but my area, you can still find some water, not in great abundance, but you can still find it in certain places. A lot of places have only allow you to take 1 or 2 at a time. Number 8, medicine. Wow. If you go to the main box stores, you see that medicine, a lot of it has been cleared, and you find stickers. It just says out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Always make sure that you have the medicines that your family may normally use, Pepto-Bismol, Imodium anti-diarrhea, fever for children and for yourself. It could be acetaminophen, ibuprofen. It could be Motrin for children, cold medicines. All these things that you might need, always have several months worth within your stockpile just for an event like this, okay? And let's not forget our first aid kit, of course. The next thing, 9. What happened? Of course, long-term food. You couldn't find long-term food to save your life. No, you couldn't. Now, long-term food, my arm's getting tired. Long-term food that's like 10, 15, 30 years. Can't find it nowhere. Everybody's out of stock. And if you do find it in stock, it's going to take you a while to get your hands on it. But for the most part, it's hard to come by right now. It's crazy. Then number 10, food in general. Food in general. A lot of shelves were cleared very quickly, then restocked, then cleared very quickly again. I'm an Amazon Prime Pantry type of a person. They had limited the purchases to 3, then to 2, then to 1. So before you used to be able to find pages and pages and options and bazillion options for things to buy. they're no longer there. You might get 15 products on one page that you can only get one of. So it's a total turnaround, especially for those that are not prepared and only had 3 or 4 days worth of food in their homes. Um, Something that think about once things get better, if you can go ahead and try to supply your pantry with those things so you don't have to go through this again. Make sure you have your staples of the things that your family would normally use in your stockpile. Um, and then let's talk about things that were unexpected. Things that you never thought would have had happen. Children being sent home for school for 2, 3 weeks or a month or more. We're actually looking at more than 2.5 weeks. And it's a real possibility that everybody will be quarantined for a month or 2 or 3 months plus. You see it happening in all the other countries. This is something that you would never imagine in your wildest dreams that it would happen to you in your life. That's something that's unexpected, very hard to predict, very hard to see it happening. But when it happens, do you have a backup plan? A lot of people did not. A lot of people have children in school. They didn't have a daycare where they can send their children. So now they're scrambling for daycare. The effects of the people that work in the government and in the federal government that now are teleworking, therefore it might be affecting other services that are provided to you. In general, a lot of people's lives are going to be affected in a lot of different ways. Your job, if they decide to do a quarantine, are you prepared financially, and is your pantry prepared for what's to come? If you have the type of job like ours, that we are business owners, that if you're not there, you're not making money, or if you work in retail, that you have to be on the floor or behind a cash register to make your money. You have to be front and center, present, to make that particular business run. If you're in that kind of job, there's going to be some big changes heading your way. And are you ready for it? Financially, are you really ready for it? Do you have everything that you need so you can survive what's going to come? And what if it happens again during the winter? Think about it. They said it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again, you guys. And if it happens again, this could be a repeat times 2. We have to learn from this right now. It is very important. Look at what's happening around you. Everybody's state is different. If you guys can take the time to leave a comment down below and tell us what's happening in your particular state, how have you been handling it? What do you think you could have had done better? Or what did you miss that you think everybody else should be aware of that maybe they should have been more prepared for? And that's going to help all of us to be better and to regain some kind of composure in our lives during this hard time. And lastly, you're looking at a really bad situation with the elderly. A lot of us have elderly family members. My mother's elderly, and she lives in a community with senior citizens. It's not a nursing home, but it is a community strictly for senior citizens. I worry about that, and we discussed that. Have you guys discussed those type of plans with an elderly person in your life that you know that might be close enough that you could still try to take care of, bring the things that they need, or even bring them into your home so they'll be okay during quarantine and they won't suffer needlessly? It's very frightening, the effects of this bug that is taking hold of the elderly and the young. And of course, those with pre-existing conditions, which I know a lot of you here have shared with me that you have autoimmune issues, you're on oxygen, some of you are homebound already, and the effects of not being able to order things in the abundance that you normally would be, you may not be in a position where you'll be good. I would love to learn how you got around this, and if some of you have not and you're still struggling, maybe they can read your comments and find out different ways to try to accommodate their needs so everybody will be okay during this time. So don't forget, we're all in this together. Be kind to each other. Remember that the most important thing here is your spiritual armor. Have a good relationship with God, because that's what's going to push you through these type of times. So remember to love one another, kiss your family, and hug everybody around you, because tomorrow is never promised. Thank you so much for coming by to visit. It means a lot to me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.